Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Let rain fall, let rain
And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stan Salter, along with our odds maker, Keith Fustel. Good to be with you here. You got a little green going. I got a little green going. St. Patty's Day.
St. Patty's Day, but we've got the party today. So, yeah, we're being festive.
Giving away a trip for two, along with the St. Patty's Day pig roast. They're giving away a trip for two to Ireland, so one lucky fan's going to win that. Nice Champions Handicapping tournament, over $33,000 in prizes, plus a chance to qualify for three of the big dances. And I heard that handicapping tournament is filling up. I think the max is 300, and they might get it today.
You know, we got a couple guys that hang around the press box. They're firing all their bullets today. They're ready, so good luck to you guys. You know who you are, so best of luck.
We'll try to give the fans a couple updates throughout the afternoon, and what an afternoon it's going to be for horse racing here at Laurel Park and at Nationwide. It's Big Cap Day out there at the Great Race Place, Santa Anita. Also the San Felipe Major Triple Crown Prep out there. Of course, we'll look forward to seeing all those horses. 10 weeks from today, we'll see all the best 3-year-olds in the world. 10 weeks from today as Preakness Stakes, 141, 10 weeks away.
No doubt about it. Yeah, so
Tampa Bay Derby down there at Tampa. And I think the Frisian Fire, Morning Fire, I think he's going to I'm hearing he's going to skip that race down there at Tampa. We might see him up here for the Federico Tessio on April 9th. That's a win, and you're in for the Preakness Stakes. So Frisian Fire, the new stallion here in Maryland, he's red hot. He's got Flash McCall in the Private Terms Stakes. That's one of two real nice stakes for top 3-year-olds, the Private Terms, and then the Caesar's Wish. We'll get to that. By the way, 3 carryovers today. Let's check that out.
Yeah,
let's check out the carryover board. There you go. Rolling super high fives, and we'll get rolling with the super high five in race one. Little nice $200 carryover in race one for the super high five. The Rainbow Pick 6 going to start in race 4 today. That's just shy of $1,800 there for that carryover, and we're just shy of $2,900 for our Pick 5 carryover, which starts in race 5, and we always have that popular industry low 12% takeout for the Pick 5. So
Crafty Estate kind of knocked everybody off of it yesterday with a 50-1 to get it started yesterday. But good to see, smaller outfit like that, Carlin Taps, like to get a win. It's tough. I mean, we're in here in a circuit. You've got your big guns, your heavy hitters, your top 4 or 5 trainers that win a lot. So when the kind of smaller outfits get a piece, it's really good.
I'm glad you bring that up. One of the nicest people in horse racing, Carline Tops, got blowing up the tote board there, 50-1. How about that? So maybe some long shots today. We'll see. The weather, perfect. High 60s. There you go. See that green grass right around the corner as we're celebrating St. Patrick's Day. The green is growing on that grass. Looking forward to getting going on that. We're 58 and cloudy now. I think we're going to get up to a nice, perfect 68, 72, maybe a light breeze for a big day out here. First race 110 here for our 9-race program. Let's give you a quick update of the current leaders going into today as we just came back from our 3-week break yesterday, opening day here. Let's take a look at our current leaders here for trainers. Claudio Gonzalez with 15, Kieran McGee. Big day yesterday, 2 winners. He's now tied with Claudio. And then Mike Trombetta, he's got a couple live ones in the Private Terms. Jamie Ness, Hugh McMahon had a nice win yesterday here with Orbit. So those are your top 5 trainers right now. And here's our top 5 jockeys. Trevor McCarthy with 31. Victor Carrasco right behind him with 29. And then you have Caramanos, Javion Toledo, Lane Luzzy, the apprentice, rounding out the top 5 as a long meet. We're going all the way through Kentucky Derby weekend here, this meet at Laurel. So it's going to be a nice, long, competitive meet for all the jockeys and trainers. Let's get right too.
Let's
You
go.
started us off with a winner yesterday, the Jerry Robb Lone Speed horse. Nice pick there, Twisted Earl.
Probably get a little bit better price, but yeah, it was bet down.
Well, the early double was fantastic
Yeah.
with Golden Rings, who couldn't lose. How we
all.
got 3 to 5 on him, I'll
Yeah.
never know. But a nice early $13 double. Was the track a little speed favoring yesterday, you think?
Slightly, but I didn't really notice too much. I mean, that's the one thing with Laurel and Pimlico. They do such a good job with the track. No real discernible biases. You know, a lot of guys want to jump on them early. Sometimes I want to jump too soon too. A little premature assessing a racetrack. Around here, they're few and far between. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah,
Okay.
You don't see a ton.
Okay, all right, and with a couple stakes races today, our track crew, you can bet they're going to have the track in tip-top shape. So let's get right to it here for the opener. Race 1, claiming 5,000, 4 and up. Never won 3, going a mile in a 16th, and no scratches here. So we have all 7 runners. We will have the Super High 5 in this race. Little carryover, $200, and I have a ticket for the Super High 5 here in the opener. I'm going 3, 2, 1, my top picks in here. So I'll use the 3. Bob's my uncle for the Tom Iannotti barn. Victor Carrasco aboard. I'll use him on top over the 1-2, over the 1-2-5-7, over the 1-2-5-6-7. Overall, an affordable $54 play. It's a $1 minimum now for our Super High 5. Same low 15% takeout, and we have a little carryover in our first race. So let's get right to it here. My top pick, you getting looks like the 1 and the 2 probably going to be your co-favored. So you might get a nice 3 to 1, 7 and 2 price here on this 3. Bob's my uncle,
Right.
and I'm looking at the strong outing 2 back at Penn. A good second up there, 61 buyer speed figure. The horse that won, Calzini Rossi, came back and won. Iannotti gets one of the top guns here, Carrasco
Right.
aboard. So you like the horse as well. So you had the winner in the opener yesterday.
Well, we'll try to make it 2 in a row. I agree with you. This is a tough race to handicap. I mean, a lot of question marks abound. Horses that don't want to follow through. They've had a lot of chances, to get through a 3 in life condition. They haven't. But Bob's my uncle. I like how Carrasco chooses this mount, stays here. It's been an in and out kind of form, but he's tactical enough. Last time he tried a mile in the 16th at Laurel, good effort. He was up early with the pace. He was able to rate back and come again. They just get beat by Minor Crisis with a buyer of 65. Anything remotely close to that will get it. It'll get the job done today, and I think he'll lay close. Flash Hard, I expect more speed from him. I think Sausalito, who was rated back off of a slower pace last time, I think it's in his best interest to go ahead and send. He's got a chance. He could be dangerous up on the pace a long way in here. That might be my price play to throw in underneath. And Jersey Boy, my Jersey Boy, the 1 horse, it's consistently run faster than these, but he's a bit of a plotter. He gets to save ground.
Right.
He'll try to grind it in from the back of the pack. He's going to need the flow to be a little bit quicker, I think, to set it up for him.
Okay, all right. I throw him in the top mix because he's going to save ground and hopefully come with a late run. The Kieran McGee horse, the 2 Scattered Dreams, nothing too special, but you have to respect the connection. So I throw him in there for the exacta in race 1. Turn the page. 3 pick 4s for you here this afternoon. We're expecting some nice live pulls in our pick 4s. The early pick 4 starts here in race 2, and this is a real nice maiden special weight for some well-bred horses in here. 4 and up, going 6 furlongs. You have a video, a spotlight here on the 2 Hill Shadow. This is another well-bred Mrs. and Mr. Frank P. Wright homebred. They bred the mare, they bred the second dam. They know the family. Very impressive debut effort for this horse.
Yeah, the old mare, they reclaimed her. She was running end up, I think, at Charlestown. They got her back, and this looks like to be a horse with a little bit of a future. A little bit late to the races. Gets his first start at 4. A good try first time out. Had some stretch trouble and some gait trouble in that race. That's a 2 Hill Shadow. I will say, I think I've got this horse lined a little too high. He could end up around that 5 to 2 range, maybe 2 to 1. Let's go to the start. Hill Shadow, the 6th horse in this field of 7, spotlighted there. We're going to get the head on. Just breaks a little slow. First time out, we see this happen a lot with horses. Just kind of falls back off, takes him a little bit to get into stride. But Forest Boy says it gets a nice job to get this horse settled. Now we're going to pick it up around the turn. This horse starts to make a nice, steady progression, leaving the 5/16 into the stretch, saving all the ground. Zapata, who was caught in an early pace duel, was able to shake clear. Zapata, a good effort in this race. But you see coming past the 8th pole, little indecisiveness on Forest Boyce's part. The 2 horse was drifting, kind of weaving a little bit in front of her. She has to alter course. And when this horse levels off and gets back down inside of horses, really strong finish to just miss. Overtakes Zapata at the wire to get second. The gallop out was strong. This horse kept on going quite well. You see 2-3 clear into the gallop out. He'll shout a little bit more experience now. The first race under his belt. He's going to get a good flow again. Zapata has the rail, has speed. Running in the valley, the 5 horse was in that part of that pace last time out, but was choked a little bit back off of it, had to wait around the turn. I think with his position to the outside of Zapata, those two will engage on the front end, setting it up for the likes of the 2 Hill Shadow or the 4 Vicious.
I used it to the 2 on top. I like the connections. That was an impressive debut. I loved Zapata last time, and I heard the horse was training lights out, and the horse did all the running. He was getting pressed early by some horse, I forget the name because
it was a longer shot from Penn National.
Right, the horse opened up at 1-9. I don't even think he finished the race, and it cost me a bunch of money that day. But Zapata right back in there. He's probably gonna get pressure again. Maybe being down there on the inside has to stretch out an extra half furlong. I go 2-1 and throw in the 4 in there. But talk about the 6 real quick. You used a horse, Fantasy Pain. This is a well-bred horse.
Yeah, just kind of a question mark type of horse. They, started its career in April at Belmont on the turf. I thought that was a little bit of an odd spot. Did get some play at 6-1 in the 8-horse field. It's been freshened since. A barn change to Michael Lerman. A barn that's capable of winning, shipping in here. The horse is a full, though, to Midnight Hawk, kind of a Derby trail horse for Baffert a couple years ago.
Made a $500,000.
Out of a real nice mare who was really precocious. This horse has obviously had some issues along the way. He's the real kind of enigma in here. Can't figure him out, but I don't want to get beat by him. Maybe starting a pick 4.
Bred to be a good one. You mentioned the mare was real good, Miss Weinstein. The second dam was like a grade 1 place, so some solid breeding there for the 6 Fantasy Pain. They get a top rider, Julian Pimentel, to take them out. So that's an interesting horse there in the first leg of the pick 4 there, and a real nice maiden special weight race. Let's turn the page here. Another maiden race for race 3. Maiden claiming 8,004 and up, going 6 furlongs and no scratches. I'll scratch one horse. It was actually my top pick. The 9 Drive at Night is scratched out of race 3, so I end up on the 8. Jacoby J, 15th time maybe the charm for this 4-year-old. I was in front by 4, turning for home last time with Alberto Delgado. Probably be in front, turning for home today. Question is, can he get to the wire in front?
He ran that kind of race back in November and just hasn't, it took him a while to get his bearings back again and duplicate that kind of race. That was almost a lifetime best last time out, where he was hard sent. He opened up 6 around the turn. I think he's going to get a little bit more pace pressure in there. Henry Hayes adds the blinkers. That's the 3 horse. And I think the 4 horse here, Majestic Kingdom for Shalansky, will also show some speed, kind of engage and force the hand of Jacoby J. A little long shot here. Let's try the 6 for Tim Keefe. Just a good angle, 61 to 180 off that amount of days, 61 to 180. 22% with a ROI stand, almost $4.50. A nice progression from October to December. 3rd start here. Get some more veteran rider on. I think this horse, made a decent middle move into a pace that was holding up speed. You see the S there for the pace A symbol. A double key race. This race looks really right for a price because Dr. Abertson has been disappointing 4 starts in a row.
Very, very disappointing. I backed him. Yeah, he's been a money burner, beaten favored last 4 races. I'm invested in some of those beaten favored efforts. So, talk about long shots. Well, you mentioned the Richard Shalansky horse. That's his kind of price.
Yes.
When he wins, they're normally 20 to 1, something like that. And he had a good year here last year. I throw the 2 in there. Richard's Gold for Ferris Allen, Callie Francois, the apprentice, 2 wins yesterday. So you're right. I think this race ripe for an upshot, right for an upset. So I'll throw the 2 in there as a long shot. Keith likes the 6, and it's a Helen Pollinger homebred. She'll be out here rooting the horse on. So.
Been a mainstay for a long time. And the bottom horse, if you look at maybe some supers, I think the 11, Pleasant Rhythm, first time out, didn't run too bad. Kind of broke in the air at the break, rated off the pace, saving ground, and actually galloped out okay, kept up willingly. Things could get heated up in the front end if Dr. Aberson goes ahead and sends. The 4 Majestic Kingdom would definitely show speed, as will the 8. So look for maybe the 6 horse to rally from off of it at a price.
All right, could be a wide open maiden affair there in race 3. Let's get a commercial break. We already talked about the first of 3 carryovers today. That's in race 1 for the Super High 5. 2 more coming up. Carryover in that pick 6 and a nice $2,800 carryover in our pick 5. We'll do all that when we come back.
Gulfstream Park is one of Florida's top entertainment destinations, mixing restaurants, clubs, a casino, and international boutique shops with world-class racing. In a lavish, sun-drenched setting with the feel of a Mediterranean village, Gulfstream is a leading year-round entertainment and tourist destination and the home of luxury residences in 2014. The Stronach family, owners of Gulfstream Park, is committed to the sport of thoroughbred racing and the grace, spirit, and generosity of the horse.
Welcome back. Today at the race is presented by Fidelity First. He's Keith Fustel. I'm Stan Salter, and glad you're with us out here on a big afternoon. 3 carryovers, St. Patty's Day, pig roast, nice Champions Handicap and Tournament, 2 real nice stakes of private terms in the Caesar's Wish later on in the card. They're both going to be in the pick 6, pick 5 sequence. Some nice carryovers. Let's start here in today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. Starts in race 4, claiming 5,000, never win 2 lifetime, going 6 furlongs. I think this race is wide open, and I hit the all button here. Let's take a look at my pick 6. There's the other pick 6. I keep it to $64 because I really do like my singles. Charmed Victory, I love in the private terms, and I'm not going to try to beat the 3-5 Pletcher horse in the Caesar's Wish. And I like the favorite, the one in the last race, and I like an 8-1 first-time starter. My hunch play of the week, an Irish Inspired, number 2 in race 9. So there's my ticket. I'm hitting the all button, looking for a bomb here in the 4th race. What do you think?
I agree with you. This is a really tough race to kind of get through. Mr. Al's a horse. It took him forever to break his maiden. We've seen this movie before. Comes back and maybe goes 2 for 2. His last race, his figure is good enough to get it done. I'll go with the 6 horse in today's 4th race, George's Folly, a horse that came in from Finger Lakes for Linda Albert, kind of was rated back off the pace his first 2 starts, showed a little bit of belated interest and kind of put things together last time, but was hustled, showed more speed, was hustled into a very quick opening quarter before having to steady. He steadied back and actually came back willingly at the end. I like the post position, moving a little bit further outside. I think he's got tactical speed, maybe sits off the 8. That's Cool Man, I think is going to be your speed sending from the outside. Maybe those 2 around the racetrack.
And I like the 6. I use them in the exact. I respect those connections. Linda Albert, Gilmore Ortiz. I used a 7 here on top, not for fun. I'm going with the Hot Apprentice, Callie Francois, 2 winners yesterday. This is a good outside post position. This horse can maybe get a nice stalking trip, gets the weight off. It's been running right there the last 4 starts, and I think the race is wide open. So I use them on top. But real quick, back to Mr. Al, the old King Leatherberry angle. When if something goes, he went over 24, and then he won, then you bet him right back. So that's there's a couple in here with weird angles like that. That's why I hit the all button. But you like the 6. We both like the 7 a little bit. And then, Wayne Potts on the outside. That's Cool Man. Victor Carrasco, wide open 4th here to start things off.
I think Dave will take a little different change of tactics. The last time he was raced at Laurel, was rated off the pace, was down inside, and I think Not For Fun got the jump on him that day. I think maybe he turns the tables, gets the jump. Last time, just toss it. Penn National, I like the fact that Carrasco comes back, really had a rough go of it up there.
Okay, all right. That's going to start off our Rainbow Pick 6. Race 5 will kick off our Pick 5. This is the biggest carryover of the afternoon, just shy of 2,900 in our Pick 5, starting here in Race 5. Always that very popular industry low, 12% takeout. This should be a live pool here today, I would imagine, with Saturday afternoon. Everybody looking for the carryovers and low takeouts. I have a Pick 5 ticket made up here, $60 Pick 5 ticket here, starting in Race 5, which is a beaten nickel going 6 furlongs. It's a big field here. I go 5 deep here in the Pick 5, the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, using the same singles. I love Charmed Victory in the private terms, Sophia's Song in the Caesar's Wish, and then I'll go 6 deep there in the final leg of today's Pick 5. So if my singles are right, spread deep enough in the other races, I think maybe you get some nice prices and maybe have a nice Pick 5 score. So there's my ticket. Let's talk about the opening leg. This is wide open race, so I go with the 4-1 shot for the connections here. Jamie Ness, Trevor McCarthy. Ness 32% off the claim. This horse ran okay last time at the mile distance. Now he's cutting back to the sprint. Jamie Ness 19% route to sprint angle, and he gets the lead rider, Trevor McCarthy here, a good outside post.
Yeah, like he comes out of a good race. Golden Rings and Maximus might come back to run 1-2. Golden Rings ran a buyer of 81 yesterday. This horse, I think, is capable. 0 for 3 at the distance, but he's shown some decent tries. I think he can sit just off the pace. You've got a horse, the 4, Oliver Zip. Interesting move. Kieran rides Kevin Gomez. Francois was named on the 4, Oliver Zip, and the 6, Tracy's Turn. She ends up on the 6. Interesting, maybe a little mind games going on in here. He's mad at this horse. Maybe claimed for 32. Really hasn't panned out. He's probably the quickest early. A little trouble last time out. Looks like now or never for Oliver Zip off the claim for Kieran. But I agree with you with the 8. I think this horse can definitely move up. I like playing the conditions right. That's what Nuts does. That's how he wins. The 7, 2-term leader is a horse run pretty consistently. He can kind of sit back. He's going to get a good flow up front. There will be some speed in here with the 4 and the 6. This horse comes in for Kim Gracie. Horses are usually live. Expect a good run from off the pace for the 7. If you're looking for a bomb price, how about the 11, 79er for trainer Annette Eubanks? This horse is having some troubles off the layoff. Was ranked at the break a couple times, then put together a decent effort February 5th. Got through along the rail to close up the gap. Then last time was completely eliminated at the 5/8 pole. Going back on the form, this horse has run some good races at Laurel. Some consistent numbers last year that would win this race. A live long shot, I think.
Yeah, 8-year-old with the backlash.
With Laurel Glazer, 1-2 yesterday. Callie Francois, the girls, combined for 4 wins yesterday.
Yeah, class. He's made over 200,000, so he could wake up here. I throw the 5 in here as a long shot. Hey Kid coming off a long layoff here for trainer Pat Daniels, and Pat Daniels a sneaky good trainer. Has a few horses, does a real nice job. He's won a race here this meet. He gets Jeremy Rose, the veteran jockey, back in the irons.
Right.
Good to see Jeremy Rose back. So I throw the Hey Kid in there at a price coming off a layoff. Nice bullet work there. March 8th here at Laurel Park, so he looks like he's sitting on go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the 4 Oliver Zip, he kind of scared me away with the drop.
I'm not going to leave him out of multi-races, but I think you've got an opportunity. If he falters, first bid, yes, and then some other prices, definitely. You've got a big shot in here to really get you started.
Okay, well, we missed a replay earlier, but that's okay. The stakes racing is coming up next here, so we have some good replays here for the private terms in the Caesar's Wish. Turn the page here. Race 6 kicks off the late pick 4. 2 stake races in the late pick 4, and the pick 5 and pick 6 as well. The private term stakes going to start us off. I'm sure you have some good private terms memories. The old Charlie Hadry horse, one of the good, winning into the Kentucky Derby as the favorite, trained right here at Laurel Park. Great that they still have this race named after him for good 3-year-olds. Marengo Road, he looked like $1 million in the paddock last time he ran that way, beating Charmed Victory and Never Gone South in the Miraclewood. I like Charmed Victory. I'm picking this horse here on top. Rodney Jenkins trained the dam. American Victory won a stakes race with her. The second dam was even better. Flatter, he can get you any kind of good horse. I think the longer the better. They've said since day one that this horse is going to be a stakes horse. Yeah. In the first 2 races, very impressive. And I thought the last race very impressive too. This is going to be the first kind of test, at least for me, with these new daily racing form marks.
Okay.
As with Marengo Roads winning the Miraclewood, you see the S, slow pace, favored the front runners. You see that same S there for Charm Victory, who closed into that slow pace. This is a 16th of a mile farther. We have a video spotlight here for this race. Charm Victory, Marengo Road, coming out of the same race. Here it is in the snow. Much better weather for you today. This is back on February 15th in the Miraclewood. Charmed Victory there on the outside, and you see Never Gone South, Marengo Road to his outside. Charmed Victory sitting about 3 wide going around the far turn there. He's 5th now in the back there with Victor Carrasco. And you'll see him. Marengo Road's going to get the better of Never Gone South here, turning for home. Here comes Charm Victory on the outside. He's 5, 6 wide there. Slow pace, and he just keeps on coming. Carrasco gets him rolling now. Marengo Road gets the better of Never Gone South, who's hanging in there pretty good. But here comes Charm Victory on the outside, and he's making up ground here at the end, finishing with interest. I thought it was a strong effort, and I think he's going to like to stretch out the 2 turns today.
Yeah, Marengo Road, I think maybe a little tactical advantage. I mean, it was a contested pace. They weren't going that fast up front, but Marengo Road, dead game. They could have run into the turn, and maybe Marengo Road holds them off. We're going to maybe find out today. Flash McCall is going to be my top pick, the 2. The other Trombetta horse, I know Pimentel stays with the 1, but this horse has been a different horse since the blinkers have gone on, and he looks like a true router to me. Marengo Road goes up in weight a little bit, has the rail, the advantageous rail, and some tactical speed. Abiding Star, I think, has no option, the outside horse, to clear. Flash McCall, the last time out, the mile race, he ran quicker. He ran faster than Marengo Road and Charm Victory. The internals were quicker. I think this horse has just really figured it out with the blinkers. He was straight and strong through the stretch last time. He's a grinding type. I like him right back, a little higher price of the Trombetta horses.
The Frisian Flyers, it looks like they keep getting better and better with longer distances. He's your leading freshman sire last year, and his 3-year-olds are running even better this year. Trevor McCarthy, your leading rider, gets aboard, and I think Abiding Star is the key horse here as far as what's going to happen in this race. A lively pace, I think, for sure.
When are the guys going to make their move? You know this horse, if he breaks clean, is going to go clear of the field. Okay, it's a cat and mouse game from there. When does Marengo Road attack? When does Charm Victory make his move? It's going to be a really interesting race probably from the 3/8 pole home. I think that's when everybody's going to try to pretty much converge. And Flash McCall, another thing, Salisal, third place finisher that he beat there. That was a McLaughlin runner. It was 4-5 that day. Did come back yesterday to win in New York, win an allowance race. Albeit it was a sprint, but a decent number. I just think this horse is going the right direction right now. Marengo Road, can he run any faster? That's going to be the question.
All right, well, there's some nice horses there in the private terms. Keith likes Flash McCall. I like Charm Victory. I'm singling Charm Victory. I'm going to have to be sweating that one out. So, but a nice race there.
You might be able to throw a blanket over these horses, I'm telling you, at the wire. Yep.
All right, turn the page here. Race 7 kicks off our late pick 3 here. Claiming 5,000, haven't won 2 in 6 months. Never won 5, going a mile. Couple scratches in here. Scratch the 3, Calzini, Rosie, and I think that's and scratch the bottom horse, the 11, King Cyrus. This is a deep field here, kind of wide open. I end up with the 10, Mike DeHab on the outside, 9-5. This is a dropper off the claim for Mary Epler. They get the bug boy on, so a lot of question marks here. Mary Epler, a great trainer. If the horse comes over here, he's ready to run. This is obviously a realistic winnable spot for the horse.
Yeah, his race to lose if he's right, Stan. I mean, claim for 15 off of a good race. We haven't seen him since January 1st. He's been entered and scratched twice. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I got to take a shot to beat him. I think this is the right kind of move. Again, right back with Kieran. He relishes this. Plays the conditions right. Maverick's Gun, your 5-horse, a winner last time. In the first level condition, now was a 1 in 6 months. Wins it clearly. A good number, an improved number. He's a tactical type of runner. Kieran, he plays this perfectly, just plays the conditions. 37% right back at you with winners that win for less than 10,000. So they come back and they know how to repeat. He knows how to get it done. Maverick's Gun, I think he sits the trip here. Over the speed limit, has some speed. I think Parsegian will be up there towards the front, along with the favorite, Mike DeHab. I think it's going to set it up nicely for the 5, Maverick's Gun. The 8-horse, Hurricane Creek, was up against it a little bit. Once again, using your pace ace angle. Race favorite speed. This horse closed into it nicely against Golden Rings. I think we'll have a little bit more flow up front. A consistent type that certainly fits here with Caitlin Stoddard.
In my the pick 5, pick 6, I throw the entry, the Gaudette entry in there. Turbin ran like a wild horse 2 back, and Blimey, a hard knocking closer, might like this mile distance. And you're getting 12-1 there for that entry, so I'll take a shot throwing that one in there. I think in a wide open race 7.
Yeah. It's a tough race. I mean, if you get the 10 beat, it could be blow up city.
All right, turn the page here. Late daily double here as we're just about right around the corner. 29 minutes until first post here. Race 8, the Caesar's Wish for 3-year-old fillies going 1 mile. Todd Pletcher. I'm not going to try to beat this 3-year-old filly by Bellamy Road. She's 3-5 for a reason. That was a very strong effort last time down there at Gulfstream. She crushed the first level allowance field down there. The horse that was 3rd came back and won a restricted stake up at Ocala. Got a 78 buyer. This horse's dam didn't run, but she has been a solid producer overall. Her offspring's earned over $640,000. She's a half the tax refund who's made a bunch of money.
House buster. Yeah, looking back. So, really nice family on the bottom. A private purchase for Pletcher. Sharp move along the rail last time with sitting off a good pace. Looking at this, you think, well, she could maybe go right to the front against this field and dominate. 3-5, it might be even lower when it's all said and done on the 4 Sophia. So let's look for the price underneath. I'll take the 3 in the Navy now. I know she was beaten by Great Soul 2 races back. I think I like how she's paired up races. I think she's going to take the next step. Probably your best value underneath. Multiple route-winning siblings in the family. Half the Nefertiti was 4 for 7 going long, almost 280,000. In the Navy now. I know Great Soul got the jump on her 2 back. She sits a little closer. I think I like her finishing style a little bit better than the 1 and the 5.
All right, we actually have a video, a spotlight real quick on the 1 last time in the wide country. This filly by Great Notion. She's outrun her breeding on the dam side. She's a great, big, good-looking filly. McCarthy was aboard last time. He's back aboard today. This filly broke her maiden going a mile. And closing there, you see her back there kind of behind horses. Closing, coming up the rail. Or no, she was on the outside here in the wide country. There you see her fighting down there on the inside. And now, yeah, she does come up the inside here. Trevor McCarthy gets her going. She's a big, good-looking filly. Yeah. Tim Keefe has done an excellent job with her. They've been high on her all along. Just the way she handles herself, the way she moves, everything about her. This was a game win. Don't look at the dam's breeding at all. She couldn't go 4.5.
No doubt.
But this filly's outrun her breeding on the dam side. Great Notion, a hot stallion here in Maryland. So if anyone, you like the 3, I like the 1, if there is an upset.
Yeah, looking for a little better price underneath. And the 1, to her credit last time, I mean, she was kind of stymied there at the 5:16. She had to wait for room. She angled in and really sustained nicely up inside horses. Sometimes those younger horses don't do that. I think it was a really good sign for her of things to come. But yeah, certainly outrunning the breeding, carrying it, being able to handle the distance.
All right, here we go. Turn the page here. First race coming up here at 1:10. My hunch play of the weekend here. We're having a St. Paddy's Day pig roast. We're giving away a trip for 2 to Ireland, so why not? I'm going with the first-time starter, number 2, Irish Inspired, trained by an Irishman, Mike Gorham, by Patio Prado, who's not Irish, but sounds Irish. This horse bred by Dark Hollow Farm here in Maryland. All they do is breed good horses. Out of an unbridled mare who was 1 for 15. They protected her, never dropped her in for a tag. She made 41,000. Second dams by Secretariat. The horse has been working okay here at Laurel, and he gets Victor Carrasco aboard for the debut. So there must be something good about this horse.
Assuming she doesn't have a whole lot of speed, they just want to maybe it takes a while for her to get going, and the Patio Prado should be able to handle the distance unbridled in the bottom. Yeah, multiple winners on the dirt out of this mare. She is a producer. The 1, Mary's Legacy, a tough rail position here, a tough rail post. A really encouraging effort, though, last time out at Penn. Got beat by a 4 to 5 shot that was coming in from New York for Michael Dilger. That horse went on to win next time out, winning clear at 10,000, 2 in life. Race up at Penn, running a buyer of 46. I think anything remotely close to her last race, she wins it at a short price. That's the 1, Mary's Legacy.
Okay, all right. You like the 10 a little bit there, too. Leroy's Queen on the outside, Ricky Silman. Laurel Glazier, she always does well in the last race.
Yeah, I like the improvement last time out. Doesn't have to move up much more than that to get it done.
Okay, we're about 25 minutes out here for the first race, 9-race program, 3 carryovers, 2 stakes, St. Paddy's Day pig roast, and the Champions Handicapping Tournament. It's going to be a great day of action. And after we're done here, stick around. The Big Cap San Felipe out there at Santa Anita. He's Keith Fustel, Stan Salter. Dave Rodman's coming up next with all of today's changes. Good luck.
Good luck.